Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to a little impromptu video to talk about the season finale of Mandalorian. Well, I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little numb right now because season 2 finale was off the charts. Folks, if you are not watching The Mandalorian and you are a Star Wars fan, you need to get on that big time. So I got some notes here. Just my mind's all over the place because I'm on a Star Wars high right now. It's crazy. So I'm gonna go over, do like a full review and a recap of the season finale. So right now, I just want to warn you, spoiler alert ahead. So if you haven't seen it, but you are watching, go and watch it, come back, watch this video. Okay, so it starts off with Boba Fett attacking an Imperial shuttle, which happens to have Dr. Pershing in it, which, if you know or remember, was the doctor that wanted Baby Yoda in the first place in the original season. And you come to find out that he is a preeminent doctor in the galaxy for cloning. And I want to say that he supposedly has some sort of connection to Kamino from the Clone Wars. So they pick him up. He gives them some information on what to expect when they go to Moff Gideon's ship. So now Mando and Boba Fett go and get a little help from Bo-Katan and her crew, although she only had one other person with her at this particular moment. And it was kind of cool because now Boba Fett walks in, who wasn't with Mando the last time Bo-Katan was around, and there's a little bit of tension there, a little bit of fighting. You know, they know that he's a clone, not a true Mandalorian, and he's saying, hey, I never said that I was. Who cares, right? So eventually, you know, they kind of say, hey, whatever. And so now Bo-Katan wants to go with them because she don't care about the kid, but she wants that dark lightsaber because she wants to be the ruler of Mandalore, right? So she's like, yeah, count me in. Let's go do this. So now they grab the shuttle that they just captured, and they're on Slave One. Well, actually, no, they're all on the shuttle. I take that back. So their plan is they jump out of hyperspace and have Boba acting like he's attacking them, so they can get on the ship, like do an emergency landing. So basically, they emergency land onto Moff Gideon's, or Moff. Yeah. Anyway, Moff Gideon's ship, and come out guns blazing. Everybody except Mando, because they were going to come out guns blazing, because all Katan wants to do is go find Moff Gideon on the bridge. And then they said, well, you know what? We'll go do this. Mando, you go and get the kid. But more importantly, you got to stop those dark troopers from getting out of their room, because once they get out, all bets are off. It's over. So Mando gets out, and he barely gets there to the room. Like, those dark troopers were ready to go. And he closes the door, but one of them gets out and messes Mando up. Just giving him a butt whooping. But, of course, him being the star of the show, Mando figures out how to defeat him. And just I kind of laugh at this next part, because so the dark troopers that were stuck in the room, you know, they're pounding on the door, they're going to get out. So for some reason, they put the storage room for the dark troopers in a airlock, and he just pulls a lever and all of them get sucked out of space. Okay, so anyway, the other group with Bo-Katan and Fennec and Cara Dune, they get to, well, they're just wreaking havoc, first of all, on the cruiser. Just going through and just, like, kicking the hell out of all the stormtroopers. And by the way, in The Mandalorian, over last season and this season, I just find it funny on how badly they treat these stormtroopers. You know, before it was just, they got shot and they'd fall down. these guys are taking hits to the head where their helmets shatter. I mean, it's brutal. But it's kind of funny at the same time, because how many different ways can you kill a stormtrooper? Well, anyway, so that group finally gets to the bridge, and no Moff Gideon, of course. Like, where the heck is he? Well, you know where he is. Door opens up to the room where Baby Yoda's at, and who's standing there? Moff Gideon. And, now, the bad guy's got to make his little speech or whatever. And that's such a great character. I love how they got him, that actor, and I can't remember his name, but Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. He just plays such a great bad guy. And, going back and forth with Mando. And Mando's like, hey, I don't care about this Darksaber business. I don't. I'm just here for the kid, right? And Moff Gideon's like, yeah, well, just take the kid, because I got what I wanted out of him. I just wanted some of his blood. Okay, well, you think it's going to be that easy? Not so much. So Mando goes in for the kid. Moff Gideon starts swinging that dark saber at him, and they have a really cool fight out in the hallway. And of course, Mando has the spear made of whatever metal it is that his armor is made out of. I'm blanking out on what it is, but I'll think of it here. Beskar, that's it. The spear that he got a couple episodes ago. Anyway, so they have a pretty good fight, very good fight, and of course, Mando wins, gets the dark lightsaber, grabs Moff Gideon, and now they go up to the bridge. So here's where it takes kind of a little bit of a turn here, and I was wondering if this was going to kind of play into it at some point. So they get up there, and Bo-Katan sees that Mando has the dark lightsaber, and you could tell, she's pissed. And Moff Gideon knows why. So Mando tries to give her the dark saber, and she's not taking it, right? And Moff Gideon's like, hey man, she can't take it because she has to beat you in combat and take it off of you that way. And he's just laughing, because that's kind of the reason why he went after Mando, to kind of throw that wrench in that monkey wrench in the works or whatever. So there's that whole thing now, and that's kind of where it was left at. Nothing else was really said more than that, but that going into next season, that's probably going to be a real big part of what's going on next year. Anyway, so they're all standing around, and I'm thinking, man, this is really easy, right? Well, then, lo and behold, who shows up again but the Dark Troopers? Because, they're droids, so they start flying back into the ship. So now shit's getting real. And he had a hard time just with one, and now they have like 100 of these things or whatever. And they close the blast doors to the bridge, and now these things are pounding on the door. And evidently these things are that badass to where they can just pound through metal. And so looking bleak. Everyone's ready to fight to the death, but they all kind of know that those things get in, it's all over, man. And what happens? All of a sudden, a single X-Wing comes flying in and docks on the ship. And everyone's like, a single X-Wing? What the hell is that going to do? But I think, everybody knows, and I know that I had the thought of who was coming in that X-Wing, because who else could it be, right? You knew that a Jedi was going to show up at some point, and all of a sudden, all the Dark Troopers stop banging on the door, and a cloaked Jedi comes in with the hood on and starts wrecking house on these Dark Troopers, kicking their butts, just being a badass. And it's a green lightsaber, and I know you can catch what that lightsaber looks like. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Maybe you've seen this one before. Yeah. I got to tell you, I didn't keep my cool. I lost my shit to see Luke Skywalker in his prime, the Jedi that he became after Return of the Jedi. It's the Luke Skywalker that everybody wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see this Luke Skywalker, not the one that was in the this last trilogy that they did, where he just was some weird old creepy guy on some planet that gave up. That's not Luke Skywalker. This is Luke Skywalker. He's the guy that was bringing the Jedi back, and this is what he was. This is what he should have been. And it's almost funny because it feels like this show is kind of rewriting what's gone on in those movies a little bit. So, of course, Luke shows up to the bridge after he mows through all the dark troopers. And it's time. He's there for Grogu, Baby Yoda. And it was a really good scene with the Mandalorian saying goodbye to Baby Yoda. Not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit. You know, it got me. I'm not gonna lie. You know, by this point, I'm numb anyway because, and we just seen Luke flipping Skywalker, and he lifts his helmet off so Baby Yoda could see what he looked like, and Baby Yoda puts his hand on his face, and he goes with Luke Skywalker. And on a side note, also, R2-D2 makes a little bit of an appearance there for a minute or two, kind of talking with Baby Yoda, which, you know, didn't need to be in there, but it was kind of cool. And they end the show with Luke and R2-D2 and Baby Yoda getting in the elevator, and the door shuts, roll credits. It was kind of a bittersweet ending to this season. Just sad to see him go, but just a fantastic episode, and what a way to end it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys something here, man. The reason why this show is so good is because of two guys. Jon Favreau, who created it, and the guy who produces and directs some of it, Dave Filoni. Now, if you're asking, well, who are these guys? Jon Favreau's an actor, director, and producer who pretty much was in charge of all the Marvel movies. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. And he was happy in all the Iron Man movies. Kind of Tony Stark's security guy a little bit, or best friend, something like that. And Dave Filoni was the producer and director and the main guy on the animated series of Clone Wars, which, if you've watched that, then you know this dude knows what he's doing. So with the combination of these two guys, finally we have gotten a decent Disney Star Wars, I was going to say movie, but I don't know, franchise or whatever, this little corner of the Star Wars market here that they've finally done right. Because I'm sorry, and this is my opinion, but the movies have not been the greatest, to say the least. Rogue One was pretty good. And, you know, roll credits, and you get to the end of the credits. Now, I know from somebody texted me earlier this morning and said, hey, make sure you watch the credits because there's something going to happen. At the end of it, it shows Boba Fett and Fennec going into Jabba's old palace where somebody else had taken it over and wiping everybody out, and him taking a seat on Jabba's throne. And then it goes to black and it says the Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett, which I actually had to look up, and it's coming out in 2021, and it looks to be kind of a spin-off show of The Mandalorian. So it's going to be all about Boba Fett, and I think it's going to kind of take after what was written in some of the books that have been written about Boba Fett over the years. I don't know which storylines they're going to do. And to be honest with you, I never really read those books. I was aware of them, of kind of some of the storylines just over the years of hearing about it. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see where they take it with that. I wasn't expecting that. So, look, I love me some Boba. When they brought Boba into the fray here a couple episodes ago, hell yeah. 24-hour Boba for me. That's fine. I'll take him any day of the week, all day long. I don't know what that means. Anyway, so along with now the ending of Mandalorian Season 2, earlier this week, there was a lot of talk about all these shows that are coming out, because Disney actually did a release of all these movies, or shows I should say, that are coming out from Star Wars. You have the Kenobi is coming. It's getting ready to shoot. Ahsoka Tano is getting her own show. There is going to be a show, and if I'm wrong about the names of some of these, I'm just trying to do it off the top of my head here. I really wasn't planning on doing this video, but there's Rangers of the New Republic and Lando movie or show, which, yeah, okay. And there's a handful of other shows that is in development that they plan on and doing. And, you know, as excited as I am for The Mandalorian and everything, I'm still kind of like, let's wait and see how these shows turn out. Because, you know, you still have, and not to get negative here, but the main person running this whole show is Kathleen Kennedy. And if you don't know who Kathleen Kennedy is, she's in charge of pretty much Star Wars. And she came over from LucasArts and she worked with George. And from what I can tell, all she did was get George's coffee. And evidently that makes her capable of running Star Wars with Disney, which up until now, Kathleen, I don't think you've been doing a good job. So you better thank Dave and John for saving your butt with The Mandalorian. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All I know is I'm going to end this here because I'm ranting and doing a little bit of raving, but we got Luke Skywalker, we got a green lightsaber, and we got him wrecking house in The Mandalorian Season 2 finale. And if that ain't enough to get the juices flowing for you with your Star Wars fandom, I don't know what is. All right. I'm going to go drink a beer. Man, see? My voice cracking. I'm going to go drink a beer, probably have a shot. I need to calm down. And then I'm going to watch Season 2 all over again because I can. And because it was awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in and listen to me rant and rave and whatever else I did. All right, guys. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.